The bird is dying in Anakin's hands. Its small body convulses, wings twitching as poison courses through its veins. He found it in the temple gardens 20 minutes ago, already too far gone. The Jedi healer said there was nothing to be done. Natural toxins. Let it pass peacefully into the Force. But Anakin can't let go. Not of this bird, not of anything. His hands tremble as he descends into Coruscant's underworld, into sub-level 1313, where the city's light never reaches. The address burns in his mind, given to him by a stranger who appeared in the temple gardens last night. A moon, who spoke of impossible things. The warehouse is abandoned, rusted durasteel and broken windows. Inside, a single figure waits beside a metal table.
You came. Show me.
Anakin unwraps the cloth. The bird's breathing is barely perceptible now.
The Jedi would say its time has come. But watch closely, young Skywalker. Watch what they never taught you.
The moon extends one pale hand over the bird. His eyes close, and Anakin feels it, a shift in the Force unlike anything he's experienced in 13 years of training. It's not the warm, flowing energy of Jedi healing. It's surgical, precise. The stranger is reaching into the bird at a level Anakin didn't know existed, finding the poison molecule by molecule, breaking it down, forcing cells to regenerate that should be dead. The bird's chest rises, its eyes open. Within 3 minutes, it chirps and spreads its wings. Anakin stares, his entire understanding of the Force fracturing like glass.
How?
That, Anakin Skywalker, is what I'm here to teach you. My name is Higo Damask. And I know why you're really here. I know what haunts your dreams every night.
What are you talking about?
Her name is Padmé, and you've seen her die 1,000 times.
What if Anakin learned Force healing from Darth Plagueis? The night, everything changed. To understand how we arrived at this moment, we must go back to the night Darth Sidious believed he had won. The apartment on Coruscant's upper levels is silent except for the sound of rain against transparent steel windows. Inside, Darth Plagueis the Wise sits across from his apprentice, Sheev Palpatine, sharing wine and discussing the future of their grand design.
The Senate will vote you emergency powers within the year. The clone army is nearly ready. The Jedi suspect nothing.
And after?
After we reshape the galaxy, a Sith empire built not on conquest, but on control, subtle, absolute, eternal.
Palpatine nods, but Plagueis sees the calculation in his apprentice's eyes. He's seen it growing for months now. The ambition, the impatience, the hunger. He knows what's coming. When Palpatine strikes, it's without warning. Force lightning erupts from his fingertips, coursing through Plagueis' body with murderous intent. The wine glass shatters. The moon's body convulses as electricity tears through his nervous system.
The rule of two. One master, one apprentice, one to embody power, the other to crave it. You taught me well, master, too well.
Plagueis doesn't fight back, not with violence. Instead, he reaches deep into the Force, into techniques he spent 70 years perfecting. Techniques that manipulate midi-chlorians at the cellular level. Techniques that blur the line between life and death. His heart stops. His breathing ceases. Every biological marker of life flatlines. To Palpatine's senses, even through the Force, his master is dead. Sidious stands over the body, chest heaving, yellow eyes gleaming in the darkness. Finally, he is the master, the Sith Lord, the architect of the galaxy's future. He leaves the apartment, already planning his next moves, the Senate, the war, the Jedi's destruction. Behind him, Darth Plagueis' corpse lies motionless in the rain-streaked shadows. For 3 hours, then his eyes open. The pain is extraordinary. His organs are failing, his nervous system is shredded, burns cover 70% of his body, but he is alive, and more importantly, he is free. Free from the apprentice who grew too ambitious too quickly. Free from Sidious's impatient hunger for political power. Free to pursue his true work without interference. Plagueis drags himself across the floor, each movement agony until he reaches a hidden panel in the wall. Inside is a communicator linked to a private medical facility. A facility no one knows about, not even Sidious. The droid that answers his call shows no surprise at his condition. It has been programmed for this exact scenario.
Extraction protocol, immediately.
Within the hour, he's in a secret laboratory deep in Coruscant's industrial sector. Medical droids work frantically to stabilize him, while he uses the Force to keep his body from shutting down completely. For 6 weeks, he heals himself, forcing his cells to regenerate, manipulating midi-chlorians to repair damage that should be fatal. It's the most difficult thing he's ever done, and he's created life itself in laboratory conditions. But he survives. And while he heals, he watches. Through his network of informants, through his connections in the criminal underworld, through the Force itself, he monitors Sidious's movements. He watches Palpatine maneuver in the Senate, watches the Clone Wars begin, watches the Jedi spread thin across the galaxy, blind to the trap closing around them, and then, 3 years into the war, he senses something that changes everything. A disturbance in the Force, a presence of such raw, unprecedented power that it makes his decades of research suddenly, urgently relevant. Anakin Skywalker. The Chosen One is real, and according to Plagueis sources, he's suffering, nightmares, visions of death, fear of loss consuming him from within. Plagueis begins to plan, not for domination, not for revenge against Sidious, but for something far more important. The completion of his life's work, the approach. Anakin Skywalker is drowning and no one can see it. 3 years into the Clone Wars, he's become everything the Republic needs him to be. The hero with no fear, the general who wins impossible battles, the Jedi who leads from the front and brings his men home. But every night when he closes his eyes, he sees her die. Padmé, his wife, his secret, his everything. In the visions, she's screaming his name, reaching for him, and he can't save her. He's never been able to save her. Tonight, after another brutal campaign on Cadonai Moidia, Anakin walks alone through the Jedi Temple's meditation gardens. The city sprawls below, a sea of lights that brings no comfort. His hands shake, his chest feels tight. The fear is a living thing inside him, growing stronger every day.
The visions trouble you.
Anakin spins, hand flying to his lightsaber but freezes. A moon stands in the shadows between 2 meditation stones, impossibly tall, impossibly thin, with eyes that seem to see through flesh and bone into the Force itself. He wears simple gray robes, but there's something about his presence, something ancient and knowing.
Who are you? How did you get past temple security?
I am Higo Damask, a scholar of the living Force. And I walked through your front door, young Skywalker. The Jedi are so consumed by their war, they've forgotten to guard their own home.
You're trespassing.
You should listen, because I know what haunts you every night. Death. The death of someone you love, someone you've married in secret, despite your order's teachings.
The words hit Anakin like a physical blow. His hand freezes on his weapon.
How do you know about...
Your fear echoes across this city every night, Skywalker. It's deafening to those who know how to listen. The Jedi will tell you to let go, to accept death as the will of the Force, to release your attachment and find peace in surrender.
The Jedi teach wisdom.
The Jedi teach cowardice dressed as wisdom. They've forgotten that the Force is not a river to float upon, but a tool to be mastered. They observe. I act.
You're talking about the dark side.
I'm talking about knowledge. The Jedi have divided the Force into light and dark, good and evil, as if reality were that simple. But the Force simply is, Anakin. It's the intent of the user that determines the outcome. Tell me, if you could save her, if you could learn to prevent death itself, would you call that evil?
Every fiber of Anakin's training screams at him to end this conversation, to call the guards, to ignite his blade and strike down this intruder who speaks of forbidden things. But Padmé's face flashes through his mind, her voice calling his name in the vision, the feeling of helplessness as she slips away.
What do you want from me?
To teach you what the Jedi refuse to acknowledge. That life and death are not fixed points ordained by the Force. They are biological processes, and processes can be altered, controlled, even reversed by those with sufficient knowledge and power.
Why would you help me?
Because you are the Chosen One, a vergence in the Force. Your midi-chlorian count exceeds even Master Yoda's by a factor of 3. If anyone in this galaxy can truly master the boundary between life and death, it's you, and I would very much like to see what happens when you do.
Anakin stares at this strange being. Every instinct tells him this is dangerous, that this path leads somewhere dark. But the promise, the possibility of saving Padmé is too powerful to ignore.
One lesson. Show me something real. Prove you're not just another manipulator trying to use me.
Very well, tomorrow night, sublevel 1313, Sector 7, the old Cocoa Town warehouse district. Come alone and bring something dying.
Before Anakin can respond, Damas turns and walks into the shadows. Within seconds, he's vanished completely, as if he were never there at all. Anakin stands alone in the garden, his heart pounding, knowing he's just made a choice that will change everything. The first lesson, which brings us back to the warehouse, to the bird, to the moment Anakin Skywalker's understanding of the Force shatters completely. The bird takes flight from his hands, fully healed, and disappears through a broken window into the Coruscant night. Anakin stares at his palms, then at Damask.
That's impossible. The Jedi healers said.
The Jedi healers work within the limitations of their training. They encourage the body's natural healing processes through the Force. It's effective for injuries, but useless against poison, disease, or the degradation of age. Those require direct intervention at the cellular level.
Cellular level.
Damas gestures to the table. A hollow projector activates, showing a three-dimensional image of a living cell. Inside it, thousands of tiny organisms swim through the cytoplasm.
Midi-chlorians. The Jedi know they exist. They test for them. They use them as a measure of Force sensitivity, but they treat them as passive indicators, observers. They're wrong.
The image zooms on a single midi-chlorian. It pulses with light.
Midi-chlorians are the bridge between the living Force and the cosmic Force. They exist in every living cell, communicating with the Force, translating its will into biological reality. The Jedi believe this communication flows one direction, from the Force to the midi-chlorians, to the body. But I've discovered the truth. The communication flows both ways, and it can be controlled.
Controlled how?
Through the Force, you can speak directly to midi-chlorians, command them, direct them to repair damage, fight disease, even regenerate tissue that should be dead. The bird you brought me had ingested a neurotoxin. Its nervous system was shutting down. I simply instructed its midi-chlorians to break down the toxin and repair the damage. The bird's body did the rest.
The Jedi never taught us this.
Because they don't know. Or perhaps they do know, and they've hidden it, forbidden it, locked it away in their archives, because they fear what it represents. Power over life and death, Anakin. The ability to save those who should die. To extend life beyond its natural limits. To achieve what they call impossible.
Teach me everything.
I will, but understand this. The training will be difficult. You'll need to perceive the Force at levels you've never imagined. See individual midi-chlorians. Feel their connection to living cells. Understand the biological processes that sustain life at the molecular level. It will take months, perhaps years.
I don't have years. The visions are getting worse. I see her die every night now. Sometimes multiple times. I need to learn this before...
Before it's too late. I understand. Then we begin immediately. Tomorrow night, same location, and Anakin, tell no one. Not your master, not your wife, not the council. This knowledge is dangerous in the wrong hands, and there are those who would kill to possess it.
Who?
But Damask is already walking away, disappearing into the shadows of the warehouse. Anakin stands alone, the weight of his choice settling over him like a shroud. The double life. The months that follow are the most difficult of Anakin's life. By day, he's the hero with no fear, leading the 501st into battle, fighting alongside Obi-Wan, attending council meetings, playing his role in the Republic's war machine with practiced precision. By night, he descends into Coruscant's underworld to meet Damask. The training is brutal, not physically, though the exhaustion is real, but mentally. Damas teaches him to perceive the Force at microscopic levels, to see the individual midi-chlorians swimming in living cells, to feel their connection to the cosmic Force, to understand the intricate biological machinery that sustains life.
The Jedi teach you to feel the Force as a great ocean. They tell you to float upon it, to let it guide you, but that's only one level of perception. Zoom in closer. Feel the currents within the currents, the eddies within the eddies. Go deeper still. Feel the individual drops of water, the molecules, the atoms, the midi-chlorians themselves.
Anakin closes his eyes, reaching out with senses he's only beginning to understand. At first, there's nothing but the familiar warmth of the Force. But as he focuses, as he pushes his perception deeper, he begins to feel it. Tiny points of light, millions of them, billions. Each one a midi-chlorian, each one a bridge between the physical and the cosmic.
Good. Now, choose one. Focus on it. Feel its connection to the cell it inhabits. Feel how it communicates with the Force, translating cosmic energy into biological processes.
Sweat beads on Anakin's forehead. The concentration required is immense, but slowly, impossibly, he feels it. A single midi-chlorian, its connection to the Force, its role in sustaining the life of the cell around it.
Now speak to it, not with words, with intent. Command it to increase its energy production. Force the cell to work harder.
Anakin tries. At first, nothing happens, but then, like learning to move a muscle he never knew he had, he feels the midi-chlorian respond. The cell's energy output increases, just slightly, just for a moment, but it's enough.
Excellent. You're learning faster than I anticipated. But this is only the beginning. Healing a single cell is one thing. Healing an entire organism, preventing death itself, that requires mastery of billions of midi-chlorians simultaneously. It requires you to become a bridge between the living and the cosmic force, to hold someone on the threshold of death and pull them back.
The training continues. Anakin practices on dying plants first, learning to force their cells to regenerate, then insects, then small animals. Each time, he reaches deeper into the Force, learning to manipulate the microscopic machinery of life with increasing precision. It's exhausting. Some nights, he returns to Padmé's apartment barely able to stand. She notices, of course.
Ani, you're pushing yourself too hard. The war, the missions, and now you barely sleep. What's happening?
He almost tells her, almost explains about Damask, about the training, about his plan to ensure she never dies. But something stops him, some instinct that this knowledge is too dangerous to share. Not yet, not until he's certain it will work.
Just learning new techniques to be a better Jedi, to protect you.
She doesn't believe him, but she doesn't push. That's one of the things he loves about her. She trusts him even when he's keeping secrets. Meanwhile, across the city, Obi-Wan Kenobi grows increasingly concerned. He senses something wrong with his former Padawan, a change in his Force presence, a darkness creeping in at the edges.
Anakin, you know you can talk to me about anything.
I know, Master. I'm fine, just tired.
You're more than tired. You're distracted, exhausted, and your Force presence feels different, clouded.
The war is taking its toll on all of us.
This is more than the war. If something's troubling you...
I said I'm fine.
The sharpness in Anakin's voice ends the conversation, but Obi-Wan's concern doesn't fade. He begins watching his former apprentice more closely, sensing that something is very wrong. The test. 6 months into the training, Damask presents Anakin with his final test. They stand in a medical facility, deep in the industrial sector. On a bed before them lies an old woman, her breathing shallow, her life force flickering like a candle in a storm.
She's dying. Natural causes. Age has caught up with her. Her organs are failing. Her cells can no longer regenerate. By every medical standard, she has hours at most.
Then why bring me here?
Because I want you to save her.
Anakin stares at the woman. She's unconscious, her face peaceful despite the biological catastrophe occurring inside her body. Through the Force, he can feel her life slipping away. Cells dying, organs shutting down, midi-chlorians struggling to sustain processes that have simply worn out.
I don't know if I can. This is different from healing injuries or curing poison. This is fighting nature itself.
Yes, and if you can't do this, you won't be able to save Senator Amidala when her time comes.
The words hit Anakin like a punch to the gut. He moves to the woman's bedside, places his hands over her chest, and reaches into the Force. The damage is catastrophic. Her heart is failing. Her kidneys have stopped filtering toxins. Her liver is barely functioning. Her lungs are filling with fluid. Every system is shutting down simultaneously. It's like trying to hold water in his hands. Everything is slipping away, but Anakin doesn't give up. He reaches deeper than he ever has before, finds the midi-chlorians in her failing cells, speaks to them with desperate intensity, commands them to work beyond their capacity, to regenerate tissue that should be dead, to restart processes that have stopped. And then he does something the mask never taught him, something instinctive. He pours his own life force into her. Uses his own midi-chlorians as a bridge, channels his own vitality through the force into her dying body. It's agonizing. He feels his own strength draining away, his own cells beginning to struggle, but he doesn't stop. Hours pass, sweat pours down Anakin's face. His body trembles with exhaustion. His vision blurs. He's given too much. Damask warned him about this, about the danger of depleting your own life force to save another. But he can't stop. Won't stop, because if he stops, she dies. And if he can't save this stranger, how can he possibly save Padmé? Just when he thinks he can't give any more, something shifts. The woman's heart strengthens. Her kidneys begin filtering again. Her liver starts processing toxins. Her lungs clear. Color returns to her face. Anakin pulls back, gasping, and collapses against the walls. His entire body feels like it's been hollowed out, but the woman is breathing steadily now. Her life force is stable. She's alive. Damask helps Anakin to a chair, studying him with something that might be pride.
You did it. You conquered death itself.
I almost died doing it.
Yes, that's the price. The ultimate healing requires sacrifice. You must be willing to give your own life to save another. That's why the Jedi never mastered this technique. They're too afraid of attachment, too afraid of loss. But you, Anakin Skywalker, you love deeply enough to risk everything. That's your strength.
The woman's eyes flutter open. She looks around confused.
Where am I?
You're safe. You were very ill, but you're going to be fine now.
As medical droids tend to the woman, Damask leads Anakin out of the facility.
You've completed your training. You now possess knowledge that perhaps a dozen beings in galactic history have ever achieved. Use it wisely.
I will. Thank you for everything.
Don't thank me yet. This knowledge comes with a price. And I'm not talking about the physical toll. I'm talking about the attention it will attract.
What do you mean?
There are those who would kill to possess what you now know. Those who would use it for purposes far darker than saving the ones you love. Be careful, Anakin, and trust no one.
The path Anakin walks is one of secrets and shadows, a path that will determine not just his fate, but the fate of the entire galaxy. If you've journeyed this far into the story, you're part of something larger, a community of those who see beyond the surface, who ask what if and dare to explore the answers. Join the Discord, our gathering place where theories become legends, where fans like you shape the stories we tell. The link awaits in the description below. Your voice matters in this saga. Now back to the moment everything changes, the revelation. But it's already too late. Across the city in the Chancellor's office, Darth Sidious feels a disturbance in the Force. Someone is manipulating midi-chlorians. Someone is using techniques that should be lost, techniques that only one being in the galaxy ever truly mastered. The realization sends Sidious into a cold rage. His master lives, has been alive this entire time, hiding, watching, and now impossibly teaching someone else. But who? Sidious reaches out through the Force, searching for the source of the disturbance. And when he finds it, his rage turns to horror. Anakin Skywalker, his chosen apprentice, the chosen one he's been grooming for years. Plagueis has gotten to him first. Everything Sidious has built, every plan, every manipulation, every carefully laid trap, is suddenly at risk. If Plagueis has taught Skywalker the secrets of life and death, if the boy has learned to save Padmé without needing Sidious's help, then the leverage is gone. Sidious must act, quickly, before Plagueis can fully corrupt the boy, before Skywalker learns too much. He accelerates his timeline. Order 66 must happen soon. The Jedi must fall, and Anakin Skywalker must be forced to choose sides before Plagueis can offer him a third option. The next day, Sidious calls Anakin to his office.
Sit, my boy. We need to talk.
Anakin sits, but there's a wariness in his eyes that wasn't there before. Sidious notices it immediately.
You've been distant lately, distracted. The Council has noticed as well. They're concerned about you.
I'm fine. just tired from the war.
Don't lie to me, Anakin. I've known you too long. Something has changed. You've been learning things the Jedi don't teach.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't you? Tell me, have you met a Moon recently? A scholar who speaks of forbidden knowledge, who promises to teach you how to save the ones you love.
The color drains from Anakin's face.
His name is Hego Damask, but you might know him better as Darth Plagueis the Wise, my former master, the Sith Lord I killed years ago, or so I thought.
You're a Sith Lord?
I am Darth Sidious, and I've been orchestrating this war from the beginning. The Separatists, the Clone Army, the Republic's emergency powers, all of it was my design. And you, Anakin Skywalker, were meant to be my greatest achievement, my apprentice, my weapon to destroy the Jedi and rule the galaxy.
Anakin stands, his lightsaber in his hand.
You've been manipulating me, using me.
Yes, just as Plagueis is using you now. Did he tell you why he sought you out? Did he explain that you're nothing but a research subject to him? A test case for his theories about midi-chlorian manipulation?
He taught me to save lives. What have you taught me? War, deception, murder.
I've taught you power. Real power, not the parlor tricks Plagueis showed you. I can teach you to reshape reality itself, to bend the Force to your will, to save Padmé and rule beside me as we bring order to the galaxy.
I don't want to rule the galaxy. I just want to protect my family.
Then you're a fool, because Plagueis doesn't care about your family. He cares about his research, and once you've served your purpose, he'll discard you just as he discarded me.
The words plant seeds of doubt. Anakin hesitates, his lightsaber humming in his hand.
Go to him. Ask him why he really chose you. Ask him what he plans to do with the Chosen One once you've mastered his techniques, and then decide who your real enemy is.
The confrontation. Anakin finds Damask in the warehouse that night.
You lied to me.
Damask turns, unsurprised.
Sidious told you who I am.
He told me you're Darth Plagueis, a Sith Lord, that you're using me for your research.
All true. Does that change what I taught you? Does it make the knowledge less real? Can you not save Padmé now because I'm Sith?
You manipulated me.
Yes, just as Sidious manipulated you. Just as the Jedi have manipulated you your entire life. Everyone wants to use the Chosen One for their own purposes, Anakin. At least I was honest about what I wanted in return.
What do you really want from me?
I want to finish my life's work. For 70 years, I've studied the Force, seeking to understand the ultimate mystery, how to create life, how to prevent death, how to achieve true immortality. You, Anakin Skywalker, are the key to that mystery, a vergence in the Force, a being created by the midi-chlorians themselves. If anyone can unlock the final secrets of life and death, it's you.
So I am just an experiment.
You're a partner. I taught you everything I know. In return, I hoped you would help me complete the research. Together, we could unlock secrets that would reshape the galaxy, make death itself obsolete. Isn't that worth something?
And Padmé, was that just bait to hook me?
Your wife is real. Your love is real. And yes, with what I've taught you, you can save her. That was never a lie. But I won't pretend my motives were purely altruistic. I needed someone with your power. You needed knowledge I possessed. It was a fair exchange.
Anakin's lightsaber ignites.
Sidious said you'd discard me once I served my purpose.
Sidious is projecting. That's what he does. He used me for decades, then tried to kill me when I was no longer useful. He'll do the same to you. In fact, he's planning it right now. Order 66, a command that will turn every clone trooper in the galaxy against the Jedi, including you, if you don't serve his purposes.
You're lying.
Am I? Reach out through the Force. Feel the truth. Sidious has been playing both sides of this war from the beginning, and when it ends, he plans to exterminate the Jedi and rule as Emperor. You were meant to be his enforcer, his attack dog. Is that really the future you want?
Anakin's blade wavers. Through the Force, he can feel the truth in Damask's words. The darkness radiating from the Chancellor's office, the web of deception spanning the entire galaxy.
What do I do?
You choose. Sidious offers you power through domination. I offer you power through knowledge. One makes you a slave, the other makes you free, but the choice must be yours.
The choice. The final confrontation happens in the Senate building. Anakin goes to Palpatine, but not to join him, to arrest him.
It's over. I know what you are.
Palpatine's face twists into Sidious's cruel smile.
Is it? And what will you do? Tell the Jedi. They'll ask how you know, and then you'll have to explain your own training in the dark side. They'll expel you, or worse.
I don't care. You've manipulated this entire war. Millions have died because of you.
And I can still save Padmé. Plagueis taught you healing, but I can teach you true power, the power to reshape reality itself. Join me, and she'll never die.
I can already save her. I don't need you.
Sidious's eyes flash with rage.
Then you're useless to me.
The Sith Lord attacks with lightning and fury, but Anakin is ready. Months of training with Damas have prepared him for this. He doesn't just defend, he counters. Using the techniques Plagueis has taught him, Anakin reaches into Sidious's body at the cellular level. He disrupts the midi-chlorians, sustaining the Sith Lord's power. It's agonizing for both of them. A battle fought not with lightsabers, but with the Force itself. Mace Windu and the Jedi Council arrive, drawn by the disturbance. They find Anakin and Sidious locked in combat, the air crackling with Force energy.
Skywalker, stand down.
He's the Sith Lord. Palpatine is Darth Sidious.
The revelation stuns the Jedi, but they sense the truth in Anakin's words. They sense the dark side radiating from the Chancellor. Together, Anakin and Mace overwhelm Sidious. The Sith Lord falls, defeated but alive. The aftermath. In the aftermath, the truth comes out. Palpatine's identity as Darth Sidious is revealed. Order 66 is discovered and deleted before it can be executed. The Clone Wars end as the Separatist leadership, deprived of Sidious's coordination, collapses. But Anakin faces judgment from the Jedi Council.
You trained in the dark side. You learned forbidden techniques. You kept secrets from us.
I did what I had to do to save lives, and I stopped the Sith Lord you couldn't find.
Yoda regards him with ancient eyes.
Saved the Republic you have, but at what cost? Changed you are. Feel it, we do.
I'm not the same person I was, but I'm not evil. I used what I learned to protect people. Isn't that what Jedi are supposed to do?
The council debates for hours. Some want to expel him. Others recognize that he saved the galaxy. Finally, Yoda speaks.
A new path you have found, neither fully light nor fully dark. Dangerous this is, but perhaps necessary. Stay with the Order, you may, but watched you will be.
It's not forgiveness, but it's a chance. A new balance. Months later, Padmé gives birth to Luke and Leia. The delivery is difficult, just as Anakin's visions predicted, but this time, he's ready. Using everything Plagueis taught him, Anakin sustains Padmé's life force through the complications. He holds her on the threshold between life and death and pulls her back. When it's over, Padmé lives. The twins are healthy, and Anakin, exhausted but triumphant, holds his family.
You're safe. You're all safe. I promised I'd never let you go.
I know, Ani. I always knew.
Damas watches from the shadows, a thin smile on his face. His research is complete. The Chosen One has proven that death itself can be conquered. But he doesn't approach, doesn't reveal himself. His work is done. As he disappears into the Coruscant night, Darth Plagueis the Wise finally allows himself to rest. Not in death, but in satisfaction. The galaxy has been saved, not by the Jedi's dogma or the Sith's hunger for power, but by a father's love and a scholar's knowledge. Balance at last has come to the Force. Years pass. Anakin remains with the Jedi, but he's different now. He teaches a new generation about the living Force, about the connection between life and death, about the responsibility that comes with power. Luke and Leia grow up knowing their father, knowing their mother. A family that should have been destroyed by prophecy and manipulation instead becomes a symbol of hope. The Jedi Order evolves. They begin to question their old dogmas, to explore the gray areas they once feared, to understand that the Force is not simply light and dark, but infinite shades between. And somewhere in the galaxy, Darth Plagueis the Wise continues his research, not for domination, not for immortality, but for understanding. The quest to unlock the mysteries of life and death continues, but now it's guided not by fear or ambition, but by wisdom earned through sacrifice. The galaxy remembers what was lost and what might have been. A chosen one who chose love over power. A Sith Lord who chose knowledge over conquest. A family that survived when prophecy said they should fall. The Force moves in mysterious ways, and sometimes the greatest victories come not from following the path laid before us, but from forging a new one entirely. So what I told you was true from a certain point of view.